Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing my January TBR video. I'm very excited because it's the first TBR video of the new year, so I'm feeling invigorated and excited and just really looking forward to all of the books that I am planning on reading this month, as well as a ton of others that I have on hold at my library that I'm sure will come off hold at some point during the month. So I'm just like really looking forward to all of the things that I have in my reading future, and I'm going to show you the ones that I'm definitely planning on getting to this month. The first book that I'm going to be reading is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is going to be a reread, and I really wanted to start my reading year off on the right foot. So Alexa and I decided that we were going to read this one together, and
no active call.
Not you. The other one. The one that loves books. Both of us have already read it, but we both loved it and highly recommend you picking it up. It comes out on January 2nd. It is a fairy story and it is brutal. It is the Game of Thrones of fairies, and every single word is just a gift. It's wonderful. You guys have heard me raving nonstop about The Cruel Prince, so I will leave you alone right now, but you'll hear about it again in my wrap-up. Next, I am planning on reading Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and this is one of my most anticipated sci-fi books of the year. I try really hard to wait until the year that the book is being published in to read it, unless it's something where I'm like, I cannot wait. Like, for instance, I read The Cruel Prince in like June, because I like to be able to include and talk about those books in my end of the year videos, which might sound silly, but looking back, like for instance, I read Caraval earlier and I really enjoyed that book and I wanted to include it in my best of list for that year, but I read it after I had filmed that video, so I learned a lesson in 2016. So that's why I wait. This is a really cool sci-fi story that follows a scavenger and a scholar, and they form an unlikely alliance while they try to decode messages from this alien race that they believed to have been extinct for tons of years, but they're trying to figure out their technology and see if it can save their Earth. They get stuck in this temple, and it sounds like it's going to be really thrilling and really good, and I cannot wait to read this one. Another arc on my TBR is People Like Us by Dana Melee. This is a young adult thriller. This is another one that was in my most anticipated video. It follows a girl at a private school, and one of the other students turns up dead in this lake, and she left a series of messages behind. Once she starts following all of the clues in the computer-coded scavenger hunt, her life kind of begins to fall apart, and she just finds suspect after suspect, and even she's implicated in it, and she needs to find out the truth of what really happened at Bates Academy, and it sounds like something that's like so up my alley. Next, I want to read Air Awakens by Elise Kova. This is the first book in a 5-book series, and it follows a girl who is a library apprentice. It's a young adult fantasy book. I believe it was independently published, and I heard wonderful things about it from one of my good friends, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one, and the synopsis honestly had me at library apprentice. Can't think of anything that could be more exciting. It's a bit shorter than I was expecting, but I guess at 5 books makes sense that she could kind of split things up. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this one, and I really want to read it this month because her second series, which also takes place in the same world, I think the 3rd book is coming out this year, and Good Choice Reading is doing a virtual signing for that book, and if I like this book and want to continue on, I may end up ordering that one through them before the pre-order deal ends. Then I also want to read To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. This is probably my most anticipated book altogether for next year. I cannot wait to read it. I've been talking about it nonstop in so many videos, but like I said, I made myself swear that I would wait until 2018 began to read it, because it doesn't come out until February, I believe. March. It doesn't come out until March of 2018, and I was like, I don't want to be like too ahead with this, so I have to wait. And it was torture, and I looked at it every day, and I really want to read it. It's a Little Mermaid inspired, very dark retelling, and Ariel has to kill Eric, and it just sounds amazing. Oh, I cannot wait to read this one. And then lastly on my January TBR is my classic book. I am going to be making a separate video outlining all of the classic books that I plan on reading by month throughout 2018, because I asked if you guys wanted to see that in my resolutions and reading challenges video, and almost every single person commented and said that they wanted a separate TBR video. That way, if you guys want to join along and read some of the same classics during the months that I'm reading them, that would be really fun to have like a support system. We can like tweet at each other and all that kind of stuff and talk about the classics. My January classic is going to be Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This is one that I've heard nothing but good things about, but it is quite long, so I'm expecting that this is going to take me a while to get through. It follows a young girl named Jane who has to go and become a governess in order to make money for her family, and I believe she wants more out of life than what Victorian society currently restrains women to. It was a very controversial book when the story originally came out. I don't think it'll be as controversial anymore, but I'm definitely interested in reading this book and finding out exactly why this caused such a stir in the literary world. I believe there's romance in here too, but I'm not really sure and I don't really want to know. I want to just go into it. I know this book is a lot of people's favorite classic of all time, so I'm especially looking forward to reading this one and being able to check this one off of my bucket list. So those are 6 books that I am without a doubt planning on getting to this January. I'm sure that I'm going to read more books as well, but those are the 6 that I have my heart set on. And let me know if you want to join along and read Jane Eyre with me in the month of January, or let me know any of the books that you're looking forward to reading in January. Please read The Cruel Prince. That is all that I have for this video, and I will see you guys soon in a new one.